Hello all, Kitamari here. Checking out Battlefield Waltz. This is on Nintendo Switch. I'm playing it on a Switch 2, and this is going to be the first hour of gameplay along with some narration on my part where possible, where there's like non-voice stuff. Otherwise, I'm going to let the voices run. And I have permission to stream this and to, to make this video essentially. This is a review. I will give my final thoughts at the end, and I will give some of my overall opinions and things like that. But first, let's take a look-see at the UI of this game. The options menu, I do like to go ahead and change text speed to maximum. Instant, I hope it is. Love catch, look at that. This is an Otome game, by the way. It's like a romance type game, if you're unfamiliar. But yeah. And toggle voices, toggle all character settings. So we can turn character voices on and off, which is pretty nice of a feature to have, though I find myself pretty much never turning off voices. Let's see. Gonna put it back on confirm. And let's go in. New game. Well, you know what? Since I came this far, I'm going to check out the gallery real quick. There's nothing in there yet. Well, I did play a little bit of this game already, but at least we get a sneak peek of the characters to choose from. I kind of want to meet Tifollette. Tifollette looks kind of similar to the hero Reed in a way. Lusted is just the funniest gosh darn name I've ever heard in my life. Is your name Lusted? Because, like, I've never heard that name. We have all the background music. Even the time tracks are labeled, which is unusual. There's an opening movie. And, yeah. Lusted is just... I can't with that name. It's too hilarious. Okay. Common route, able route, Lusted route, posh route. And 3 locked routes. I don't like locked routes. I guess I'll give a personal opinion right here. I don't like it when routes are locked. It's like, unless there's a very, very, very good reason. Period Cube is an example of a game that has a very good reason to lock my favorite route behind locks like that. But in general, all routes being open at the beginning is something I prefer. So that's like a thing I'll try to remember to mention in my overall thoughts. But do you want to use the same name as your last playthrough? Yes, I do. My name is Kita. Kita Meowie. Kitamari plays. Let's see. Prologue, Awakening of the Cursed Sword. Mom? I called out as Mom gathered the laundry to bring inside. Yes, dear? Oh, there's voice acting for her. Isn't Dad taking a while to come home?
そうね。言われてみれば。
Mom and I shared a look. Does it always take this long to patrol?
どうだったかしら。でも、いつもはもう少し早かった気がするわね。
Should I go check on him?
大丈夫よ。心配性ね。それよりも、今日の素振りはもう終わったの？
Mom glanced at the sword I was holding. Yes, I did. I looked up at the clear blue sky. Nothing felt out of place, and Auxerre Auxerre village. Auxerre village. I have no idea. Auxerre. Auxerre. You know what? I like Auxerre. We're gonna go with Auxerre. Auxerre village was as peaceful as ever, and yet something didn't feel right.
父さんのことなら心配することないわ。この村で一番強いんだもの。
Right. My dad was the leader of Auxerre village. It was his turn to patrol the mountain pass, and he had left earlier in the afternoon. I learned sword fighting from him, and practice was part of my daily routine.
さあ、洗濯物を畳むのを手伝ってちょうだい。
Uh-oh. I tensed up from the sudden loud noise.
何?
Smoke rose from the village square, and following immediately behind was an inferno of flames. What? Our village was a secluded, close-knit community. Everyone knew each other. Why would someone want to attack us? Sounds painful. Through the rust-colored smoke, the sounds of swords, horses, and screams emerged. No, wait, why? Mom and I stood there with blank stares as the orange flames crawled closer. It looked almost alive. I'd never seen fire act like that. No, I was still unable to move. The screams grew louder. Then, as if they were swallowed by the flames, they became silent. No, why? It was so sudden, my mind couldn't keep up. Oshire Village was a peaceful place. We were nowhere near a battlefield, so why?
Stella! 何をぼーっとしてるんだい早く逃げなどうしたの何私もよくわかんないけどとにかく隣村の奴らが襲ってきたらしいんだよ
Wait, what about Dad and the others who went to the mountain pass? There was only one path to the village. No one could enter without using the path that Dad had gone to patrol. Mom, I'm going to the mountain pass.
あ、待ちなさい
I repositioned the sword I carried and was about to start running.
Stella! 娘を連れて逃げろ! バウロスは殺された
Uh-oh. I think they're late getting that info. Mom, hurry this way. Let's go and hide in the cave by the shrine. I'm sure we won't be found there. I held back tears and ran desperately. Stopping to cry was not an option, and I still didn't believe that Dad died. No, I refuse to accept that. Dad is the strongest in the village. It's impossible for him to die.
お姉ちゃん怖いよ
Oh, I have a little sister and everything. Don't worry, Nina. I'll protect you from any bad guys, I promise. Nina was a villager I was close to. She was near my home when this started. Her parents owned the general store right at the heart of the village square. There was no time to confirm their safety, so I urged Mom and Nina to quickly head to the mountains with me.
おい! あっちに誰か見えるぞ!
そっちにも抜け道があったのか追いかけろ
Mom, don't stop. But
いたぞ女たちだ
もしかしたら魔剣のところに逃げるつもりかもしれない
cursed sword? That reminded me of an old folktale passed down in our village. There's a legendary sword hidden near our village. It can't be, can it? Now that they had found us, hiding was no longer an option. I need to defend myself with this sword. Gripping my sword, I steeled myself. I had to protect Mom and Dad's stead now.
おいそこの女止まれ
It's okay. I reassured Nina with a gentle pat. Deep down, I was terrified too, but showing my fear would only make the young Nina even more afraid. The young Nina.
この村の女だなお前は魔剣のありかを知っているか
I have no idea what you're talking about.
正直に答えた方が身のためだぞ
I really don't know.
そうかところでお前剣を持っているようだがまさかそれで俺たちと戦うつもりか
He sneered as he pointed his sword at me. Yeah, that's right. I took a stance and glared at them.
強がりはやめとけ
どうせ誤信に慌てて持って逃げただけだろ付け焼き場じゃ怪我するのはお前だぞ
Well, good thing I know how to use it. I swung my sword with force. My blade met his, knocking him off balance.
バカ何やってんだよ油断すんな
Gah! An attack came from the side, and I managed to block it.
へえ本当に少しは使えるようだなだが一人じゃ到底勝ち目なんかねえぜ
Gah! Gah!
それやれるもんならやってみな
Damn you.
俺たちを倒してみな
I swung my sword desperately, facing two assailants at the same time forced me to stay on the defensive. Mom! Suddenly, one grabbed my mom and pointed his sword at her. What are you doing? Let her go! Caught off guard, my sword was knocked out of my hand. They snatched it up and pointed the edge towards me with a smirk.
さて、そろそろ遊びは終わりだ。おい、小娘。負けん。
I already told you, I don't know anything. The men started whispering to each other. Nina, in tears, stood paralyzed by fear. Cursed sword? The one from the folktale? Why are they asking about that? They actually believe that myth? No way. Did they attack our village just because of a legend?
本当に知らないんだな。
Of course, I'm not lying. I was foolish. In that moment, I seriously thought that honesty would spare us.
なら、お前たちみんな始末するしかないな。オセール村の者は皆殺しと決まったんだ。
They're so evil. No. Wait, why target our village? We've lived in peace for ages.
先に仕掛けたのはそっちだ。
もう一度聞く。魔剣のありかはどこだ?
I don't know. All I could do was repeat myself. I was completely hopeless. There was no way such a thing existed in our village. Mom! His sword was at her throat, waiting for my response. Let go of my mother now.
まったく威勢のいい小娘だ。だが、なかなか上玉じゃないか。
母親も悪くない。
Oh gosh, they're perverts on top of everything. Can't.
おい、こっちへ来な。
Don't touch me. Stay away.
追いかけっこするか?
Get away. The men reached their hands toward me. No, no. Help! Anyone! I contorted and flailed. If only I can get my sword back. If I had the sword in my hand, I'd stand a chance. I don't want to die. I can't die here. I must protect Mom and everyone else. I have to fight.
ほら、いい加減に諦めろ!
It was when the man grabbed my shoulders. Huh? Out of nowhere, a bright azure light appeared. What's happening?
おい、あれ!
It's glowing? The light was coming from the ancient shrine. No one knew what it was meant to worship. Let me try that again. No one knew what it was meant to worship, but it was maintained by the village. No one wanted to demolish it. Why? I looked closer and saw the light waver, moving slowly like a heartbeat. For some reason, I felt no fear. Hack!
くっそ! なんだこれ! 前が見えねえ!
The azure light gradually grew brighter. I couldn't believe what I saw. A sword hovering above the shrine, radiating a soft blue glow. A sword? What is this? It floated in midair towards me, continuing to emit the mesmerizing hue. The moment I saw it, all fear from within me vanished. I was so grateful. Thought I'd be able to save Mom as long as I had it.
何をするの? そんなものに触っちゃダメよ!
なんだよ、ごちゃごちゃうるせえな。おかげで起きちまったろうが。てめえらみんなぶった切ってやら!
And now an opening song. Opening theme. It's been a while since I did some voiceover for funsies thing. Hopefully I don't have to cut this part. Sometimes I end up having to cut opening themes because of copyright stuff. But anyway, what do you think so far? I like it. I like it. There's some surprises very soon to come. And yep. Nike. I hope I get their names mostly right. Honestly, Tifa. I should just call him Tifa. But then I'm gonna just imagine Tifa from Final Fantasy VII. Tifa. The character designs are fantastic. Reminds me a lot of every Idea Factory game. They are very up to par with standards set by some really great titles. So like Hakuoki, for example. This is giving me some Hakuoki from a different universe vibes. Even the heroine kind of looks. Oh, Akino sang this song. Oh, that was a quick opening. Battlefield Waltz. I'm glad that the heroine can wield weapons, that she can defend herself, that she can fight, and it's just nice seeing that.
ねえ
Huh?
あらあらどうしたの
Mom?
さあ早く準備をして
What is
ニーナと一緒に
happening right
ラズベリーを
now?
積みに行く約束だったでしょお姉ちゃん早く
Oh, thank goodness. Nina's also...
さあ早く行きましょう
Both Mom and Nina wore bright smiles. Oh, right. It was all a dream. Of course it was. No way Dad's gone. Our village attacked? Impossible.
来なさい
Huh? Whose voice is that?
そろそろ起きなさい
An unfamiliar voice was accompanied by my arm being shaken. Ow. When I opened my eyes, I was met with an unfamiliar ceiling. Where am I? As I tried to sit up, I felt something. Huh? What are these? My wrists were bound by heavy shackles. It was as if I was some criminal.
よかったわ気づいてくれて
An unfamiliar woman stared down at me, her gaze icy and detached. She only said a few words, but that was enough for me to realize she was not friendly toward me. Where is this place? I saw the sword at the shrine, and then... I tried to recall what happened, but I couldn't remember anything after grabbing the sword. Was Mom just a dream? Or am I dreaming right now? What's going on here? Why am I restrained? The shackles were cold against my skin. I felt uneasy as I heard them clink together.
これからあなたの審問会があるのよ逃亡されたり暴走されたりしては困るから
A trial? The weight of that word made my heart sink. Hold on, please. A trial for what? And why would I go out of control? After screaming, I remembered that Mom and Nina had fled with me. Mom and Nina, the two who were with me. Are they safe?
無事よ
Hearing this, I felt a flicker of relief, but then she looked at me coldly.
一応ね
Huh? What does that mean?
あの二人の命は審問会でのあなたの回答次第ということになるでしょうね
What? This felt like a nightmare. I couldn't understand my current situation at all.
それだけはっきり覚えているということは意識の混濁はないのかしら
Maybe? Absolve me? Guilt? Oh, besides that, what happened to the village? Is everyone all right?
向こうでエリアス殿から説明があるはずよ
Alias.
ついてきて以降指示があるまで口は開かないで
Huh? Her gaze struck me as odd. Cold, yet it seemed filled with fear. It was like she was looking at something dangerous. Is she scared of me? But why? She quickly headed for the door. Wait, first you owe me an explanation. Where am I? And why do I have to be shackled?
口を開くなと言ったのが聞こえなかった
Her firm words and look stopped me, leaving me unable to speak further. I kept telling myself that this was all just a bad dream. When I entered, I couldn't breathe. Faces I didn't recognize stared back at me with hostility.
連れてまいりました。
見張りご苦労だったね。まあいいや。席に着きたまえ。
は。
This. Before I continued, I felt a cold stare. Glancing at the woman, I shut my mouth.
こちらへ。
I noticed a cage-like enclosure ahead. I thought he was telling me to get inside. Fear and anger welled up inside me as they continued to treat me as a dangerous criminal. Why? Why do I have to be treated like this? After what happened to my village? Do they think I'm responsible? I dismissed that notion quicker than it crossed my mind. Impossible, that's too far-fetched. I'm no knight or soldier. They should know I'm incapable of doing that. I observed the people scrutinizing me. They all wore the same uniform. Their glares were so sharp that they seemed more like soldiers than police. Soldiers? Wait, is this police?
さて、そろそろ始めようか。
The man sitting in front of me spoke. He'd been watching me since I entered. Based on his seat, he must have been the highest rank.
はじめまして。私はエリアス。ミルベリア女王キオラ様にこのニルバーナの統括を任せられている。
Nirvana? Then this place is... I'd heard about it from Dad many times. Everyone in Ortesia familiar with a sword knew that name.
さて、君はこのニルバーナのことをどれくらい知っているかな？
How much? After a moment of thought, I replied. The military organization Nirvana is a military academy for training soldiers to preserve peace across the continent of Ortesia.
その通りだ。このオルテシアは山脈を隔て東西に分かれている。私たちはその西側にいるわけだ。ニルバーナはこのミルベリアのキオラ女王、ダグロートのイルダス王、アスールのシェラザール王が中心となって設立されたもので、目的は大きく分けて2つある。1つ目は外部大陸の侵略からの防衛。もう1つは大陸内の小国家同士の戦乱の鎮圧。そういった不測の事態に備えて各地域から戦闘の才能に長けた者を集め教育する場所。それがこのニルバーナだ。
Right.
つまり個人の感情や事情よりもこの大陸の平和を優先する組織であると認識してほしい。
Okay. I couldn't grasp what he was implying, and a sense of unease began to take root.
これからいくつかの質問を君にする。嘘偽りのない回答をしてくれ。
Huh? I couldn't help but call out. I looked at the woman called Maya, whose irritation was visible on her face, yet I couldn't hold back my questions. Before you start, please, I need to know what happened to my village.
どうというのは？
I flinched when he replied with a question. I'm asking if everyone's safe. The war, has it been resolved?
戦乱はすでに収まった。
Really?
我々が鎮圧に向かった時にはもうタシュク村の兵たちが立ち去ろうとするところだ。念のため彼らは交流してある。だが君にとって非常に残酷な回答になるが、オゼール村は壊滅に等しい。生き残った者は何人かいるようだが。
No, that can't be.
次は君が私の質問に答える番だ。
His abrupt change of topic made me stiffen. The vague feeling of reality hit me, but it still didn't feel real. I wasn't so much as sad as I was empty. I couldn't think clearly.
まず君の名前を。
My name is Kita. Kita.
出身はオゼール村で間違いない。
Ozair. I think that's how he's saying it, Ozair. I have my volume down a little low, so if I get any pronunciations wrong, it's because of that. Yes.
父親の名はバウロス。これも
Yes.
母親の名はステラ。
Yes.
聞くところによると君はバウロスから剣の手ほどきを受けていたとか。
Yes. Huh?
これは
バウロスはまさか魔剣のことを知ってたのか？
どうなのだろうな。もう確かめる術はないが、何かつながりがあると考えるのが妥当だろう。
Suddenly, unsettling murmurs arose. The snippets of conversation I caught made absolutely no sense to me. What's going on? What's wrong with me taking sword lessons? Even though men outnumbered women, it wasn't unheard of for them to be warriors and knights in Ortesia. They were looking at me eerily, and I didn't understand why.
静かに。
The murmuring instantly stopped, but the silence that filled the room was unbearably terrifying.
バウロスはなぜ君に剣を教えた？
Why? Well, a different kind of invisible anxiety started swelling within me. These people, what are they trying to make me say? Images of my father flashed through my mind. I didn't want to believe he was dead. All I had was the hope that he'd somehow managed to survive. Come on, focus. You've got talent for a girl. You need to be able to defend yourself. Train harder, get stronger, and let's protect our village together. Oh. Dad's voice echoed in my memories, and I fought back the tears. My father was a skilled swordsman. He appreciated female warriors and insisted I should learn how to protect myself. He said we could protect the village together if I got stronger. Is that so wrong?
なるほど。
He paused and sighed as if he was deep in thought. I started to hear murmurs around me again.
あの小娘は何も知らされていないのか？
どうかな。嘘かもしれない。
Lying? What sounded so suspicious to them? I hate this. I want to see Mom. The corners of my eyes felt warm. I knew if I relaxed even a little, my tears would start flowing, so I had to bite my lip over and over.
ところで、君はオゼール村の近くにあるという魔剣の話を知っているかな？
Cursed sword? The one from the folktale?
おそらくそうかな。
Where is the cursed sword? The attackers asked something similar. Again with the cursed sword. Ominous feelings crept up my back. It's not that significant. Anyone from our village would have heard about it at least once. In Ortesia, there's a legend of a mysterious sword with unknown powers, believed to be hidden near our village.
おおむね正しい。そこに付け加えるなら、その剣を手にした者は絶対的な力を手にすると言われ、過去の文献においても国家間の戦争の戦況を一人で変えてしまったという記述も残っている。つまり我々ニルバーナとしては何としても手に入れたいものだ。もしもそれが現実に存在するのであればだが。
Anxiety weighed down my heart. People looked down on me, kept a calm demeanor as they whispered among themselves. Speaking of which, where is the sword? The beautiful sword emitting the bluish light suddenly floated, and... Oh! Could it be that they think I stole the sword from the shrine? Just as I was about to speak.
エリアス殿、遠回しに探っていないで、本当にその小娘の中に魔剣が入ってるのか？今この場で切りつけて試してみればいいだろうが。
What? My entire body tensed. When the man yelled, everyone whispered nervously again as they stared me down. Their gazes reminded me of that woman's, as if I was something dangerous.
グスタフ殿、お気持ちはわかるが、そうせかないでいただきたい。我らの目的は彼女と魔剣の保護であり、決して攻撃を加えることではない。
Secure? My voice trembled as I asked, and Alias offered me a reassuring smile.
すまないね。決して君を怯えさせるつもりではなかったんだ。ただその
エリアス殿よ、丁重にことを進めたい気持ちもわかるが、確かめないことには話にならね
え。分かっている。だが現に魔剣はどこにも見当たらない。まあいいや、その事実に相違はないね。
はい、 彼女が意識を失っている間にそれは確認しました。衣類のどこにも武器を隠し持っている気配はありませんでした。
Huh? Elias gave a wry smile when he saw me hunch over.
先に君の了承を得なかったことは詫びよう。ただ、事態が事態だったのだ。
Suddenly the room fell silent. Every eye was fixed on my every move.
まあ、確かに言い濁していても仕方がない。君の体の中に伝説の魔剣があるようなのだ。
What? I thought I heard something unbelievable. My mind went completely blank.
例の二人をここに。
By Elias's command, a door in the corner opened and a subordinate of his exited, only to return promptly. Mom? Nina? Seeing them brought a wave of relief, but while they weren't shackled, they had guards behind them, a looming threat.
ステラ、あなたの娘さんのことについてもう一度この場でお聞かせ願いたい。魔剣を手にした彼女が追っ手をすべて撃退したというのは事実。
Mom looked at me hesitantly. Her expression reminded me of Mia's, a mixture of fear and caution.
はい、間違いありません。
What? Mom? What are you talking about?
3人で逃げてきて、けれど追いつかれてしまって、それでもうダメかと思ったんです。ところがあの子はいきなり祠に走り寄って、一体何をするんだろうと思いました。
Oh, wait, Mom, I did that because... The cold stares turned even more piercing. I wanted to run out of fear, but couldn't.
ステラ、その点をもう少し詳しくお聞きしたい。魔剣がオゼール村にあるという噂は私も耳にしたことがあったし、私も軍人の端くれとしてずっと興味を持っていました。個人的な興味および職務でその祠にも足を向けたことがあります。ですが、ただの朽ち果てた古い祠でしたよね。
ええ、私もそう思っていました。でも、
Mom?
そう、浮かんでいたんです。あれは青白い、まがまがしいほどに美しい光が剣からにじんでいて、私は怖くなってあの子を止めました。
In my mind, I recalled when I first obtained this sword. Yes, it was floating. We had passed by that old shrine time and time again, but a sword was never there until that moment.
けれど遅かった。あの子は勢いよく剣を取り、そして振り向いた時の顔は私が知っているものとは違っていました。
This is like, ooh. When I got to this part, oh my gosh. This was a pretty big twist, I feel. Also, she could easily be in the running for like worst mom in a game, in an anything, in a visual novel / game. She's right up there with Clive's mom in Final Fantasy 16. Like, I can't. The betrayal, it's too much. Mom, please stop. You make it sound like
何かに取りつかれたような、乗っ取られたような、そんな状態に見えました。
Ma?
あっという間でした。本当にわずかの間に全ての追っ手を倒してしまったのです。
No, I didn't do that. Tears began to flow. My mom and Nina blurred as my tears streamed down my face, but the shackles prevented me from wiping them away.
お姉ちゃん、どうして泣くの？
Nina.
泣いちゃダメ。お姉ちゃん強かったよ。
Nina's innocent smile pained me. Please don't say anything more. That was what I wanted to say, but couldn't.
あのね、お姉ちゃんがみんなをやっつけてくれたの。すごかったよ。強かった。
Oh, Nina. At least I could count on a little girl, Nina. Nina.
そうか。強かったのか。
いつものお姉ちゃんじゃないみたいだった。
Nina.
それでね、みんなやっつけた後、剣がお姉ちゃんの体に入ったの。消えちゃったの。
Nina, stop. My yell was a reflex. Seeing Nina speechless, I was overwhelmed with guilt.
ニーナ、あれはそんなものじゃないの。おば
さ
ん、あれは良くないものよ。きっと不幸を呼ぶんだわ。夫を、あの子を返して。
ステラ、どうか落ち着いて。
やっぱりあの魔剣は不吉なものだったんだわ。きっとタシク村が襲ってきたのも魔剣のせいよ。魔剣のせいであの人は死んでしまった。あの子もおかしくなってしまった。
Mom.
あの子は化け物になってしまった。
連れて行け。
助けてあげて。あの子を早く元に戻してあげて。
This has to be a bad dream, a nightmare. That was all that repeated in my head. Tears continued to cloud my vision, and my eyes and throat started to sting. I didn't do that.
君の気持ちもわからなくもない。しかし、それは君のお母さんやあの少女が我々をたばかったということになるが。
That's not true either.
幸か不幸か、兵士たちに死者はいなくてね。交流した何名かにも話を聞いたんだが、全員同じことを口にした。
But it's not true. I could only repeat the same words as if something had snapped in my mind. No, I didn't do any of that.
本題はこれからなのだ。君も知っての通り、このニルバーナは高い戦闘能力を持つ若者たちを集めている。すべてはこのオルテシアの平和のため。君にも力を貸してほしいのだ。
No, I can't. I think this is all just a mistake. Besides, a cursed sword? I don't believe in such a thing. I don't think my mother was lying, but how can that be inside of me?
甘えるな貴様!
The man stood up vigorously and started to stomp towards me.
落ち着け、グスタフ。
俺は至って冷静だ。だがもう拉致があかん。この小娘の中に本当に魔剣が入っているのか確かめなければどうしようもない。
What is he doing? Ew, Gustav. Ew. The worst Gustav.
さあ小娘、枷を外してやったぞ。
Oh.
魔剣を出してこの俺と戦え。
What are you saying? I tensed up, seeing a blade pointed at me. Even with the shackles gone, I was still unarmed. My gaze shifted to Alias subconsciously. Thought he might still help me. But he looked worried. But it seemed he wouldn't be stepping in. Oh, they're trying to confirm it.
どうした？伝説の魔剣とやらを出してみせろ。
The man inched closer with his blade. I can't.
まだ嘘をつくのか？それとも貴様は自分の母親を嘘つき呼ばわりするのか？
No.
貴様、本気で切られたいのか？
He brandished his large sword. Somebody help me. Somebody please help.
うっせえな。そんなに俺が見たいんなら見せてやるよ。ほらよ。
And there it is, her sword. Suddenly my palm began to burn, and a sword appeared in a pale blue flame. From the sword, a silhouette emerged.
魔剣か！
久しぶりに目覚めて気分いいのに、つまんねえことグダグダ抜かしてんじゃね
え。なんだ？
子供。おお、無能そうな奴らがずらっとガン首揃えてんじゃねえか。どうも俺様はビルヘルム。 伝説の最強魔剣だ。
No way. The boy was transparent like a mirage, yet his voice was crystal clear. Huh? But his voice sounds different from the one I heard before. Was that just my imagination?
貴殿が魔剣の人格があるとは聞いていないが。
ああ、そうかもな。多分こうやって外に出てくるの初めてだし。
というか、どう見ても子供なんだが。
はっ、これは何のつまらない記述だ。ガキが魔剣なんてバカバカしい。
まさか子供なんて。
It seemed the others could see him too.
おい、俺様が子供だと思ってバカにすんなよてめえら。この俺が間違いなく最強魔剣のビルヘルム様だ。
ビルヘルムと。
Wilhelm. I don't know, Wilhelm.
俺のことバカにするような低能には用はねえけどな。お前らが疑ってるからわざわざ挨拶に出てきてやったんだぜ。そりゃグダグダ言いやがってよ。とりあえずこの女が間違いなくこの俺様の所有者だからな。そこんとこよーくお前らの胸に刻んどけ。
Hey!
ああ、でも所有者っつっても偉いのは俺の方だからな。そこも覚えとけ。こいつが俺の下僕。
What kind of logic is that? Please wait.
あと、こいつが所有者なのは死ぬまで変わんねえから、そこも忘れんなよ。
Huh? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. There were so many things said that made me doubt my ears. Owner? What? Hey, were you really inside of...
ヴィルヘルム殿にお聞きしたい。この少女を選んだのには何か理由が？
そうだな。わかんねえや。
それは。
なんだろうな。魂の相性が良かったのかな。
魂の相性だと？そんなもの。
まあ他にも何かあるかもしれねえけど、別にいいじゃんそんなことは。
I care because I...
ああ、そうそう。一応これも言っとくか。あの祠でのことだけどな。こいつのおかげでやっと目覚められてさ、嬉しくてつい暴れちまったんだよな。たださ、こいつ細っこいじゃん。俺と融合したショックっつうの。まあそういうのに心がついていかなくて意識失っててさ。覚えてないのはそういうことなんで。つーかさ、本当はさ、全員ぶっ殺してやろうかと思ったんだけど、全員生きてんだって。しくじったよな。まあ次は皆殺しだな。
Well, he sound... Even though he's trying to sound brutal here, he... It sounds like he's harmless, like he's a level 1 sword or something. Or rusty, to say the least. What?
つうわけで、そろそろ引っ込むわ。俺しばらく眠ってただろ。まだ不安定みたいで長く起きてられねえんだよ。そのうちまた顔出すから。おやすみ。
And then the boy and sword disappeared into my hand. Their faces. Look at their judgy, horrified faces.
冗談だろう。
ありえねえ。本当に本物。
まさか伝説の魔剣に人格があり、しかもあのような子供とは。
小生意気なクソチビだったな。得意げにベラベラ喋りやがって。性悪そうだったぜ。
ですが、これでその少女の中に魔剣が存在するということを証明されたわけですな。
そういうことになりますね。
How did this happen? I didn't have the strength to speak, and standing was nearly impossible. I couldn't believe it was real. It had to be a dream, even though I I saw the sword and the boy appear and heard his voice.
メフィスト殿、あなたの意見を伺っても。
What is Mephisto doing here? Why is that his name? He has the right outfit for being named Mephisto, though.
やはりここで保護すべきでしょうね。
His attire is different from the others. He looks like Edgeworth. Vaguely like Edgeworth of Ace Attorney fame. Upon being asked by Alias, the man in peculiar clothes gave me a smile. He doesn't look like a soldier.
はじめまして、お嬢さん。私はメフィストと言います。
His smile was weirdly kind before he turned back to Alias.
彼女の中に魔剣があるのはすでにはっきりしたはず。噂はすぐに他国にも広がるでしょう。そうなれば、彼女を狙う輩が現れる可能性もある。彼女が東側にでも奪われることがあった。
それだけは絶対に避けたい。
Wait, please wait. Hi.
美しい青紫の瞳のお嬢さん。君が戻るところはもうないのでは？
Huh? Oh, the reality I wanted to forget hit me again with his gentle smile.
幸いこのニルバーナは全寮制だ。住むところには全く困らない。
Yes, but...
それに今の話を聞いていれば分かったと思うが、君のその体の中にある魔剣は非常に危険なものだ。君さえいればこの大陸を支配することもできるであろう。そんな絶大な力を秘めている。ただ魔剣の伝説に関しては誰もまだその全貌を把握しきれていない。この先魔剣を目覚めさせた少女の噂が大陸に広まれば、君を亡き者にして剣を奪おうと考える者も出てくるだろう。殺されたいかい？
That smile and everything. What a twisted
ど
situation.
いつもこいつも甘いことを。さっきの女子供を人質にして傀儡にすればいいだけだろう。
What? How can you say that?
グスタフ、君はしばらく口を慎め。人質という意味では決してないが、君がこのニルバーナに入ることを決意してくれるのなら、あの二人もこのまま保護することを約束しよう。
So he essentially said the same thing as Gustav, but he does so with like a sort of manipulative grace and like handsomeness. So it's a little bit different. It's funny. What?
君と同様、彼女たちも戻る場所はないはずだ。それにバウロスの死で、彼女は少し錯乱気味のようだ。安全な場所でしばらく静養することが一番なのではないかな。
That may be true, but
承諾してくれないか。
Alias looked at me earnestly.
こちらとしても君にこれ以上手荒な真似をしたくはないのだ。あくまでも君の意志でここに残ってほしい。
Alias. His expression and voice were kind. I could tell he truly didn't want to force me against my will. Yet, I could only make one choice. Despite my deep desire to flee, I understood it was impractical. Like they said, I had nowhere to go. Nowhere in the whole world. I was exhausted. The events over the past few days had left my mind numb. Everything seemed unreal. A cursed sword. I glanced at my right palm. Nothing was there. The cursed sword was nowhere to be seen.
どうかな。心は決まったかな。
All eyes in the room were fixed on me, their stares anchoring me in place. I understand. It took all my strength to speak those words. I felt like I was about to cry again. I'll remain here.
食べないのかい？ 多分もう丸一日くらいは何も口にしていないはずだが。
No, I'll have some. I spooned up some soup, attempting to eat, but stopped. I set the spoon back down onto the table and took a sip of water instead. After the trial, I was brought to the infirmary for various health checks. Then Mephisto delivered some food to me, but I had lost my appetite. The meal was tomato and chicken soup, a vegetable and cheese sandwich, and an orange for dessert. Mephisto was right. I should be hungry, but I found myself unable to eat.
別に毒は入っていないよ。君はこのニルバーナにとって貴重な人材だ。
It's okay. I'm not concerned about that.
いろいろなことがあって辛いのは察するが、食べないと。
I know.
食べないと君の体だけでなく精神も危険なんだよ。
は？
エリアスはあの場では一応彼なりに君を気遣って言わなかったのだろうが、魔剣の話には続きがある。
What about it?
君の中で今は眠っているその剣、魔剣に選ばれ、その身に疲れた者は絶対的な力を手にする。しかし、強い意志で剣を扱わねば、逆に剣に精神を乗っ取られてしまい、最後には発狂して死を迎えるという噂がある。
What?
過去の歴史においても魔剣に疲れて死んだと言われる英雄は一人ではない。あくまでも噂だがね。
Oh no.
過去の偉大なる英雄たちも魔剣を体験せず自らの体に同化させていたそうだ。それが疲れるという表現につながったんだろうね。
Possess. I sighed deeply, losing the last remnants of my appetite.
さっきビルヘルムも言っていたろ。融合したショックで意識不明になったと。食べずにいると体力が落ちる。肉体が弱まれば当然心も影響を受けて弱くなる。そうなればそのまま君が乗っ取られてしまったり、最悪死に至る危険性がある。そういうわけだ。分かったらその食事を全部食べなさい。
His voice was gentle, but just like Alias, it was clear that he expected compliance. I understand. I cautiously picked up the spoon again and drank the bright red soup. I doubted I could eat. Anxiety and fear filled me until the first taste. I hadn't eaten in a day, so my body instinctively needed food. Honestly, it was kind of laughable. Even in moments like this, hunger makes people eat.
この部屋を見てもらえれば察しがつくと思うが、私はこのニルバーナで医者の真似事をしていてね。魔術も少したしなむから、おそらくここにいる者たちの中では最も君の相談役にふさわしいと思う。何か体調に変化があったらすぐに来なさい。
Thank you. Sorcery, so he's a mage. It reminded me of the mages who regularly visited our village to heal ailments. Oh.
何か?
Mr. Mephisto? You mentioned you know sorcery, right? In that case, could you cut the bond between me and the cursed sword?
それは無理だろうね。
Huh? He declared it without hesitation. I felt my only sliver of hope vanish abruptly.
その魔剣は外部から基本的に干渉できないのだ。考えてごらん。それができたら一定以上の力を持つ魔法使いなら誰でも魔剣を操れることになってしまうだろう。
Right.
それでも強引にやってほしいというのであればやらなくもないが、魔剣は君の魂に同化している。君の心が壊れてしまう可能性もあるが。
I bet there's some bad ends related to this outcome. His casual mention of such a dangerous idea made me step back by reflex. No, thank you. I sighed and took a bite of the sandwich. For right now, I had no other choice but to accept my new life in Nirvana. I needed to embrace my bond with the cursed sword.
ああ、それから私のことはメフィストと呼んでくれて構わない。
I nodded at him and he smiled.
私は消えるからゆっくり食べるといい。では。
それにしても驚いたわ。まさか本当に伝説の魔剣が存在しているとはね。半信半疑だったけれど、あんなものを見せつけられては
Right. By the time I finally finished my meal, she had come to get me again. She said she'd guide me to the dormitory, so I followed her without my belongings.
そういえばまだ名乗っていなかったわね。私の名前はマイヤ。女子寮館も兼ねているから、部屋で何かあったらすぐに連絡を。
Okay. This building is huge. It's a bit of a walk from the infirmary.
この突き当たりがあなたの部屋になるわ。
After hearing that, I noticed that most of the rooms were dark.
見ての通り部屋は余っているけれど、あなたはユリアナと相部屋になってもらう。
I was sure she was meant to keep an eye on me, but I didn't say anything. I wonder if everyone here will treat me like this. Nirvana. This school was designed to hone the elite warriors gathered from around the continent. I'd heard some students were as formidable as an entire army platoon. My roommate's name is Yuriana. What if she's intimidating? What if she points her sword at me?
ユリアナ。
はーい。
Oh, she seems nice so far. Her cheerful greeting and smile left me dumbfounded. This was far from what I
あ
anticipated.
とは任せたわ。あ、そうだ。明日の朝食後に学園内の案内を頼むわね。お任せください。
She stood confidently. I noticed she was slightly taller than me and had burning amber eyes.
すでに連絡は来ていると思うけれど、魔剣付きよ。暴走する可能性もあるから気を抜かないで。はい。さてと、改めてはじめまして。私はユリアナ。これからよろしくね。
She held out her hand while she said it. Nice to meet you too. I'm Kita. I shook her hand, albeit bewildered.
さっきはいきなりごめんね。女の子の新入生なんてもう久しぶりで。その上同室なんて言うから嬉しくなっちゃって。
So, there aren't many girls here?
はっきり言うと比率は9対1くらいかな。
Oh wow. That's so drastic.
入校条件が厳しい上に授業もかなりきついから、女の子は特に脱落も早くて、食事とか放課後とかいつも一人だったんだ。
Oh. Her smile was so warm it suddenly made me want to cry.
明日の朝ごはんは一緒に食べようね。
Sniff. I tried but couldn't hold back these tears.
どうしたの？ごめん、私ちょっとはしゃぎすぎたかな。そうだよね、村が襲われたばっかりなんだもんね。ごめん。そうだ、何かあったかいもの飲む？クッキーもあるよ。もう私ったら気が利かなくて本当にごめん。
Oh, she's so sweet. No, it's not that. I'm sorry. I feel so relieved and happy. Thank you very much. Yuriana obviously looked bewildered. I tried to apologize and thank her, but tears kept flowing, hindering my speech. But I was truly happy. at the very least, she treated me like a normal human being, a normal girl. I was carrying so much tension since I heard the ominous spell, but it was unraveled by something warm filling my heart.
謝ることもお礼言うこともないのに。
But
きっとすっごく辛いよね。私は故郷も村もあるから、今のあなたの気持ちをちゃんと分かってあげられないかもしれないけど、でも早く元気になってほしいなって思うよ。
Yuriana,
このニルバーナは確かに鍛錬とかきついし、ちょっと嫌なやつもいたりするけど、だから一緒に頑張っていかない？
she took my hand again. Her smile was gentle, but her hand was calloused, the mark of a seasoned warrior. Oh yes, you have talent. You'll be fine. Dad, we'll protect the village together, you and your old man. I still don't believe that you're gone. Back in the village, Dad always took me out for sword training. None of my female friends picked up a weapon, so I was practically alone all the time. But she fights with her own hands. Suddenly, I felt like I'd found a powerful ally. Tears welled up in my eyes once more. Yes, I'll do my best.
よかった。
She looked at me happily as she squeezed my hand. Her smile was radiant. I don't know, she kind of has a crazy smile. I really like her though. Wow. For a side character who's like, it's like a bestie character, she stands out a lot. She stands out a lot. Like, they're very expressive, even though she looks very wild-eyed right now. She looks very like chaotic cool, chaotic adorable.
ところで、さっきも言ったけど、何か飲まない？私、お茶が好きでね。ベルガモットでしょ？ローズヒップでしょ？ミントでしょ？あと、城下のバザールで見つけた東洋のとか。
I'll go with your recommendation.
そう？じゃあ、私が一番好きなの入れるから。そこの椅子座って。
Sure. So this is what the girls' dorm is like. I looked around with interest.
ねえねえ、クッキーもどう？
Oh, I'll have some, please.
了解。
As Yuriana got the tea ready, I felt a bit awkward being so idle, so I glanced around. Oh, that spear. I noticed a beautifully decorated spear resting against the wall near the door. Yuriana, do you use spears?
うん、そうなの。
Despite her answer, she looked so normal pouring the tea, which made me giggle. Here it appeared that being able to fight was the norm even for girls.
はーい、お待たせ。
Oh, thank you.
これね、カモミールティー。気分っていうのが本当かどうかは知らないけど、私はよく寝る前に飲んでる。香りも好きだし。
Thank you for this. When I held up the cup, the bittersweet aroma floated with the steam. I took a sip. It's delicious.
よかった。クッキーも食べてね。
Thank you, Yuriana. You're being incredibly kind to me.
もう、そういう堅苦しいのなしなし。私のことはユリアナって呼んで。友達に敬語なんて使わないでしょ？
Right. Wait, what?
そうそう。
Then please do that for me too. I mean, do the same for me too.
そうする。
She grabbed a chocolate cookie and offered me a content smile.
さっきも言ったけど、無理はしないで。明日から明るくなんて無理だと思うし。
I didn't know how to respond, so I tried my best to smile.
でも、できるだけ早く笑えるようになろう。
Yeah. I nodded, feeling a whirl of emotions I couldn't quite place. The warm herbal tea and delicious cookies shared with the smile of my first friend. Just hours before, I was in so much pain that I could only think about running away. The dread of harboring the cursed sword hadn't left me. I still wanted it to simply disappear. I still couldn't accept what had happened to my village or my dad, but her smile gave me an ember of courage. It was enough to inspire me to make an effort here at Nirvana. Nirvana, this place will be my home from now on. Chapter 1, Nirvana. Ooh. So this is our main character. Starting to feel nervous. Okay, so I'm going to make a save file here. Let's take a look-see. Yep, here we go. I'm going to put this in record 2. Story log, this is how we would be able to replay backward if we accidentally hit fast forward, or if we just wanted to have a little bit of a refresher from a recent save file. Affection levels. Okay, so 6 characters that we're going to meet along the way, some of whom I'm pretty sure we've already met. So the common route, Chronicle. Oh, okay. Chapter 1. Okay, so Prologue. This was the prologue here. And there's this enable and disable feature for CG and selections, I guess, the thumbnails or something. But yeah, the 3-chapter prologue is what I covered in this video. There is a chapter 1. Seems lengthy. Chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5. Chapter 5 has, I would guess, what is a very important selection here. And then we go on to chapter 6. I wonder if chapter 6 is the... Oh, chapter 6 would be the ending of the common route. And I'm guessing that this section of chapter 5 is where we pick between the 6 different routes of these characters. Able, Lusted, Pash, and 3 locked characters. Okay, so... I think it's a little odd that we have not met any of the... Have we not met any of the route characters? Like the characters with routes, the characters that are the main characters. To not meet many of them or any of them, or ideally all of them within the prologue is a bit... It's a bit odd. I've seen that happen before, though, in visual novels. It's not really a problem, especially if the story is engaging and, you know, and obviously keep playing far beyond the prologue. But I think that it's generally a better idea to introduce as many of the main characters as possible at the beginning, within the first hour, let's say, if it can be done. But this has a little bit of an involved start, so I guess it makes sense in that way. But yeah, these are the characters. Have yet to meet them, which is just it strikes me as odd that we have not met any of the characters yet that are very important to the story overall and that are very involved with things. Wilhelm. This is Wilhelm? He doesn't even look the same. He has his own route, I guess. And this, it looks like we're going to have a very long common route. And wow, this is interesting because it's like some of the characters, well, technically just 2 of the characters that we did meet in the prologue, I had assumed that they were going to be going to have routes of their own, but I guess they don't. They're side characters. Yeah, again, I feel like I would have liked to have met everybody in the prologue, but I guess they were being saved for chapter 1. And if I can do coverage of chapter 1, I will try to. But overall, I'll just give my overall thoughts on the prologue here. I mean, I already gave some of them in the sense of like, ideally, I would have liked to have met as many relevant characters as possible. But the story is good. The story is interesting. I like the characterization, how deep it goes for these side characters, because there are definitely some other visual novels where side characters are definitely side characters. They are sort of unimportant to overall things and aren't given as much dialogue and attention. And here, it seems like a lot of little things matter, that this may be a pretty meticulous visual novel. It might go on the a little bit too wordy side, but overall rewarding. And of course, it's going to go much faster if, you know, you're reading it manually versus me letting the dialogue just run all the way for the most part. I did. And yeah, I don't know 100% what to think yet because of the fact that, like, you know, we still have to meet more of the characters, and I don't want to spoil too much also in that sense. Okay, this is the opening movie, but I really like the visuals. I like the UI. I like the overall flow of the writing. It's engaging. And pretty exciting the fact that we know that there's going to be some amount of, I guess, action and combat in a sense, because our heroine is pretty capable. I mean, she's been trained to some extent. Now she's going to go to this school where they're being trained even more so. So this is giving me kind of Nirvana vibes. And you know what? Now that I think about it, there aren't too many visual novels that I've read that have a heroine who can fight. Nirvana is one. Yojimbo is another. Gosh, what other ones are there? I guess Scarlet Fate to some extent. I was thinking about Scarlet Fate the other day. I was thinking quite a bit about it, but ooh, yeah. So that is a nice thing, because like in Hakuoki, which I mentioned towards the very beginning of this video, it's like the heroine can't fight. She's just kind of there, you know, trying to maneuver around without being able to do much or be much or like really express herself too much. Here our heroine is pretty expressive, and we get to see her also. She's like not she doesn't have this blank face, which is sometimes utilized for my main characters to make them even more of a blank slate. Here she's not meant to be a blank slate, and I'm glad about that. I like that fact. Oh gosh, there's another visual novel that comes to mind as like one that really reminds me more closely of this one. What is the name of it? Maybe I'll cut this part because I can't remember the name of it offhand. But yeah, this is a solid all-around choice, I feel, so far. And when I make part 2, if I'm able to make part 2, I'm going to cover more of what I can gather of my overall thoughts and all that. I hope that there's a little bit more of a sense of humor going forward, because I mean the beginning is so serious with what is happening and so kind of intense and just like dark in a way, but not too dark. And I hope that kind of, I don't know, there's some kind of variance there. But thank you so much for being here, and thank you for watching. Check out Battlefield Waltz if you're interested. I'll have a link in the description to the Switch version. This is on Nintendo Switch. If there are any other platforms that it's available on, I'll also mention those in the description. And I always welcome your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you for watching this, and your likes, your comments, all of that, subscribing, I appreciate it. I want to. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you later.